Welcome to Mrs. O's Math World. So today we are going to discuss the Miffy booklet 5 for page 7, means this one for interns practice 3, and also page 25 to calculate different sorts of addition, subtraction, and multiplication of the polynomials. Go to page 7, question 3. So you can see that for question 3, 5, and 7, there is something similar, which is we need to do the multiplication first. So you can see that in question 3, so we decide to handle the 2 first. That means 2 times m minus 2n, and it becomes 2m, and then minus 2 times 2n. Also, we do it similarly for 3 multiplied by both 5n and minus n. So after we calculate the multiplication, so we need to handle it one by one, simplify each term like this. And right now we need to see that the like terms, 2m and 50m, they are the like terms. And also for negative 4n and negative 3n. As a result, we can get 17m and minus 7n at last. So right now we don't have any like terms, so it is done. And we move on to question 5. So for question 5, the first one is the same as before, but you can see for the middle one, the 6 isn't stick to negative, so that means negative 6 is an object. When we calculate, we tend to add all the terms. So for 7, we multiply it by negative 4e and 3f, and negative 6 is multiplied by 2e, and we put a plus sign in front of it. So you see there's a plus sign in front of negative 6 for both terms. And then we handle it one by one. Okay, so let's move on. So combining the plus and minus, it becomes a negative 12e. And then the negative 6 times negative f becomes plus positive 6f. So for the rest of the steps, they are similar. And simplify and get the result. Finally, we go to question 7. In question 7, you can see the first time we get negative 9, so we need to handle it with care. So try to work it out at home and check the answer later on. Please go to page 25. So we will look at demonstration 2 and demonstration 4. In demonstration 2, the expression is 14x, which is multiplied by x minus 3 times x minus 7. So for the 14x, we will multiply all the things inside, so usually we will keep it. That means we don't calculate 14x. And remember, we can use both arrow method or the box method to multiply x minus 3 by x minus 7. So right now we have multiplied for the first part for x times x minus 7, and the second part is negative 3 multiplied by x minus 7. And after we calculate for this part, of course we have to simplify the things inside the bracket first. So negative 7x minus negative 3x becomes negative 10x as the like terms. So after we do so, we multiply 14x by x squared minus 10x plus 21. So we get 14x cubed minus 114x squared. And then if you forget how to multiply that one, you can use the long division for 21 plus 14. and I together, we get 294. And don't forget the x. Okay. Right now we don't have any like terms, so it means it is completed. So this is the first part we need to discuss. Okay, so you can see the most important thing is to check carefully whether you understand which part which need to be handled first. So remember, for this question, that means the most important thing is to handle the things we multiply inside, so that it is easier to handle, rather than you multiply 14x first. So let's move on to demo 4. Similarly, we also handle multiplication and division first, but of course we only multiply here. So we multiply x minus 1 by x minus 2. Okay, so we handle it 1 by 1, x minus 1 multiplied by x minus 2. So you can get 5 minus, there should be 4 times inside, right? So in case if you forget how to calculate by using the arrow method, you are also welcome to use the table method. If you understand this method, you can scroll faster and then skip this part. Okay, so right now, we speed up a little bit. Can calculate it one by one, and you get the 4 terms. And of course, don't forget to calculate the brackets, and means the terms inside, and check if there are any like terms. So after we simplify that, we handle the minus sign. So don't forget that when you get the minus sign outside the bracket, we need to change all the sign inside one by one. So plus x squared becomes negative, and then minus x becomes positive, and so on. And finally, 5 and negative 2, they are like terms, so we calculate it. So it is done. So that's all for today's Miss Lam's, becomes Mrs. O's Mathworld. See you next time.